Hello, class. Today we are going to make a comic to explain a key vocabulary word that you have been learning about government. So choose from the vocabulary list that I provide you, and I want you to research that word. To begin, click on KidRex here. This is where we'll be doing our research. The vocabulary word that I chose is democracy. Democracy. So I'm going to type in democracy and find out what that word means. Make sure you spell it correctly. Click search. You will have many different search results. Looks like we have PBS Kids, Democracy, Wikipedia. All kinds of different results. I'm going to click on Wikipedia. And let's see if that gives us the definition of democracy. Okay, here it says, democracy is a form of government in which all eligible citizens have an equal say in the decisions that affect their lives. Okay, so in other words, all citizens, all eligible citizens have equal say in important decisions. What we're going to do is we're not going to copy that definition word for word. We're going to write the comic in our own words. So I'm going to go back to my website, and I'm going to go to makebeliefscomics.com. Click on that picture. A new window will appear. I'm going to maximize this window. And we are going to begin making our comic. Here you can select your characters. So I'm going to scroll through many of the different characters. Oh, wow. Look at, they have Abe Lincoln. I'm going to click on this little girl right here. I'm going to add her to my comic by double-clicking on her. And now she appears here. To make her bigger or smaller, I click on Scale, and I can make her small or big. Let's make her a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to go back to Move, and I'm going to move her to the side, and then I'm going to add Abe Lincoln here. Click on him and double-click here. Okay. Now, I'm going to add a speech bubble. To do that, you scroll down, and you click on Talk Balloon. And you double-click here. And I'm going to resize my speech bubble by clicking on it and clicking Scale. And I should be able to resize it here. Okay, good. Now I'm going to go back to Move. And I'm going to type in here. Hey, Uncle. We'll say, hey, Uncle Abe. What does democracy mean? Okay. And then I'm going to select on my next slide here. I'm going to add this character again. Actually, I'm going to put her a little bit to the side. And then I'm going to add Abe again. I'll make him a little bit bigger by clicking on Scale. And I notice that I'm scrolling to make him bigger or smaller here. Okay? I'm making him bigger, and I'm going to go back to Move. And I'm going to click on my bubble, my talk bubble, and add that here. And I can flip this bubble if I want to make Abe. Oh, I flipped him. I'm going to flip this bubble. That didn't quite work. Oops, I figured it out. I chose the wrong bubble. So what I'm going to do is delete that bubble. I'm going to click on Delete over here and delete that one. And I found out that you can add a different kind of bubble by clicking on the pull-down arrows right here. Or not the pull-down arrows, the arrows. So I can choose this bubble. That would be better because he's on the right side. I'm going to double-click on that. And now I'm going to have Abe speak. Democracy is when all citizens have equal say in the decisions that are made in the government. Okay? Notice I put it in my own words. I didn't copy exactly what Wikipedia said. In the last slide, I'm going to add my character again by double-clicking. And I'm just going to add the girl for this one. And I'm going to add a comic, or a talk bubble here. And I'm going to make that smaller. And I'm going to move it. And I'm going to have her say, does that mean Mr. Bunny too? And that was just a cute way to end my comic. So now I have my comic. It says, hey, Uncle Abe, what does democracy mean? Democracy, I might have him say, well, Susie. That would be good. Well, Susie. And I'll delete that part here. Democracy is when all citizens have equal say in the decisions that are made in the government. And then she says, does that mean Mr. Bunny too? And that's my comic. Now the final step is to print our comic. We're going to look for the print here. Ready? Here is print. So click on this first icon, click print. A new window will appear. And what we're going to do is print this out by clicking here. And I'd like you to print to Lab 1 or Lab 2. For this one, we'll probably print to Lab 1. And just click print once. If you click print multiple times, you're going to print multiple copies. So only click print once. And congratulations, you have finished creating your comic.